Good afternoon, Gaffer, and thank you for joining us. I'll start by asking for any final reflections on the game against QPR.
Yeah, I think the game against QPR was, I think there were some really good positives to take from it. You know, I think it was a real tight game. We had the better of the chances, and it would have been nice to obviously have got all 3 points at home, but I think it also stopped 2 defeats, you know, which is really important. You know, really important. The 2 defeats that we had against Watford and Preston were very harsh. I thought we were outstanding against Preston and we should have won the game for sure. And away at Watford, real difficult afternoon, but defensively we were excellent. We could have won the game on the turnover, and if we'd have kept 11 men, we would have certainly got a point out of that game. So I think the confidence is very high. You know, I think you can see that today around the training ground. Everyone's in a good place, and we're really looking forward to the games coming up.
Was the QPR game a reminder as well that John Ruddy is still one of the best in the league between the sticks?
Of course it was, yeah. You know, I think John had maybe 2 things to do in the whole game. Pulled off 2 fantastic saves. But again, he's been disappointed in a couple of the goals that we've conceded this season, but he's an outstanding performer. He's a class act, and you could see that on Friday night. You know, he kept his concentration levels, and then halfway through that second half, the save was outstanding.
It was probably Cody Drame's best performance in a blue shirt as well. Just how well has he done since coming in?
He's been top. You know, there's a lot of pressure on Cody coming in from a big club. You know, he hasn't had many games before coming to the group, and I think you can see every time he plays, his performances are getting better and better. You know, he's a top performer, and we're really fortunate to have him here.
It was great to see Siriki Dembele back on the pitch as well after an injury. Will he be ready for more minutes on Saturday?
I hope so, yeah, definitely. You know, Dems has been out for 5 or 6 weeks. I think Friday night you could see he was a little bit rusty. You know, he'd come back, he'd only had a couple of days training. It was great to give him 20 minutes, get that match action in his legs, and you know, he's had a really good week's training this week, so we'll see where he is on Saturday.
Looking at the past 3 results alone, you might think that we've dropped off a bit, but would you say the performances certainly tell a different story?
Yeah, as I've just said, I think the performances have been very good, all different types of performances as well. So, you know, I think there's a lot of confidence in the group. You know, I think we've won. We haven't won in 4 games now, what it is, but 2 draws, 2 defeats. But you can see everything that we're doing is right. It's very important that we believe in the process and keep going, because there's a lot of positive signs to be taken from those performances as for the rest for the whole season up to now.
You said at the start of the season that we're first and foremost a defensively strong team. How pleased are you with that aspect and the fact that we've conceded the 3rd least goals in the league so far?
No, I think I said it's very important that we're competitive and we're hard to play against. You know, and I think, you know, you can see the work that we do on the training field, that defensively we have to be very strong because this league is relentless. There's a lot of top players, top teams, and they will punish you at the right times. And, you know, we want to play some exciting attacking football as well, which I think we've done in parts this season. And, you know, it's about growing and building. We haven't had a consistent 11 yet on the pitch. You can see that. You know, we've had to change personnel in every game so far to get that consistency and to be fluid with the ball is difficult, but there's been some real positive signs with that, you know. But first and foremost, we have to be hard to play against, of course we do, and everything then should take care of itself.
Like you mentioned there, the stats are showing that we are creating some good opportunities and getting into those areas as well. Do you feel like if that continues, the goals will come?
Yeah, definitely. You know, the results will come. We have to keep believing in the process and what we're doing, which we are. And you can see the performances have been very good. And, you know, we have to be more clinical in the final third. I think everyone can see that. But we keep creating chances and hopefully we can take them.
Looking ahead to Norwich, they've been a bit of a bogey team for Blues in recent years. But how confident will you be that you can give them a really good game on Saturday?
I'm confident whoever we play against, you know, this group of players that we've got a confident group. You know, you can see that we've done well up to now throughout the season. You know, whoever we played against home and away, we've always been very competitive and we've been in the game. So, you know, it's important we go there full of confidence and see where it takes us.
Looking at injury news, Keshi Anderson unfortunately went down with what looked like a muscle injury against QPR. Do you have a timescale on his recovery yet?
Yeah, I think Keshi will be out between 6 and 8 weeks, which is unfortunate. Obviously, Lee Buchanan as well got injured on Monday, you know, and he'll be out for 4 or 5 weeks as well, which will be a massive blow to us. Obviously, Lee's been an outstanding performer, one of the best left-backs in the league, and, you know, it gives somebody else an opportunity now to step up. You know, it's all about the squad, and whoever comes in and takes his place, I'm sure they'll do very well.
In other sort of injury news, you know, are there any close to a return? I know George Hall, could be close on the time scale that you gave last.
Yeah, I think George is progressing nicely. He's still maybe 3 or 4 weeks away. Obviously, Ethan's still 3 or 4 weeks away as well. Tyler's had a bit of a mishap in his rehab last week, so he's still going to be 5 or 6 weeks away. These are big blows to us, of course they are, but it's about the squad, and we've got players to come in and replace them, and we'll be just as ready.
And finally, you've had a full week of training since Friday. How have the lads looked out there?
They've looked great, yeah. The confidence is very good, very high. The training's been superb, and we're looking forward to the next 3 or 4 games.
Thank you very much, Gaffer.
Thank you.